Warning, warning, everything I say is fucking crazy and should not be reinterpreted or reenacted because you will be either shot or NDAA'd. Warning.
You're listening to MBN Radio Network. Tune in all day, every day. We don't play. Tribal, primitive, rustic, Burning Man, punk rock. Conceptual subculture for the edgiest, most cutting-edge designs of jewelry today. Go to etsy.com/shop/conceptual subculture, or one word, either by going to Google or search Etsy, ETSY.com, and type in one word, conceptual subculture. You will find the hottest designs using natural stones with wire wrap rings, rough, raw, genuine, semi-precious gemstone jewelry, solid sterling silver, copper, leather, orgonite, bracelets, pendants, chokers, men's copper cups with sterling accents, eco-friendly, repurposed, original, one-of-a-kind design earrings. Support MBN by going to Conceptual Subculture on Etsy. Be sure to use our 40% off coupon, BRUCE40, at checkout to receive this fabulous offer.
Be sure to listen every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern on TalkStream Live and Spreaker.com to the Bruce Montalvo Show, broadcasting live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Mountain Time on TalkStream Live. Be sure to support the Bruce Montalvo Show by visiting my good friends at LeCharmTUSA.com. That's LeCharmTUSA.com. For the very best in organic tea, be sure to visit LeCharmTUSA.com and use coupon code BruceSave10%. That's BruceSave10% at LeCharmTUSA.com. If you're looking for the very best in house goods, from LED lights to whatever, be sure to visit my good friends over at 5starhousegoods.com. If you need some home appliances, go to 5starhousegoods.com. Use coupon code BRUCE5 over at 5starhousegoods.com. Tell them Bruce Montalvo sent you. You want the very best in home security. You want to make sure your belongings, your business is safe and in good hands. Be sure to visit my good friends at eSpyMall.com for the very best in CCTV surveillance, closed caption, circuit, television security. Be sure to visit my good friends at eSpyMall.com. Use coupon code BruceNY and you'll save 10% on all your purchases at eSpyMall.com. eSpyMall.com.
TalkStream Live introduces our first ever iPhone application, Mobile Talk Radio. Imagine having the freedom to take live talk radio with you anywhere you go. You'll be surprised how easy it is to use.
So I think what's going on here is that Obama is banking on unemployment falling.
Listen to live talk shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. TalkStream Live. Now available in the iTunes App Store.
You're listening to MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network. Warning, everything I say is fucking crazy and should not be reinterpreted or reenacted because you will be either shot or NDAA'd. Warning.
gentlemen, you're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show. This is a special broadcast with a special guest, none other than legendary esoteric researcher and scholar, my good friend Jordan Maxwell. Hello, Jordan. How are you?
Well, I think okay, and we'll find out soon enough.
Great. It's great to have you on. You know, you are like literally like my mentor. You know, I give you so much credit. You know, for imparting just so much wisdom onto me and the audience. It's amazing.
Thank you, and I think you have to give me credit because the bank won't. So.
That's good.
So I thank you for having me on, and always a pleasure. And there's so many things to talk about. One thing I'm not interested really to talk about is politics.
I don't blame you.
I think the only thing I would say in relation to the modern day, because I'm really far more interested in the prehistoric and ancient world and all of the phenomenal, great stuff that's been hidden from us for so long. That's where my real love is in the occult or hidden knowledge that's been hidden for thousands of years, and how it affects us today. But in relation to what's going on today, I'm apolitical. I don't care about politics.
I say the same thing.
Yeah, but having said that, I do think it is at least important enough to clarify a couple of things that's going on in the world for people. If you go to the web or go to the library or just go on the web and type in People's Democratic Republic of, People's Democratic Republic of, and it will pop up all kinds of communist countries around the world that have that as their official title. The official title for Cuba is the People's Democratic Republic of Cuba. The actual legal and lawful definition for the title of North Korea is the People's Democratic Republic of North Korea, the People's Democratic Republic of China, the People's Democratic Republic of Yemen, the People's Democratic Republic of Sudan, the People's Democratic Republic of this, the People's Democratic Republic of that. Everywhere you look, type it in on the web, People's Democratic Republic of, and it will show you all the countries around the world that actually start with that title, the People's Democratic Republic of. And each one of those countries you will see is a communist, Marxist-Leninist, Soviet communist country.
Right.
So what I am saying is that today, when you are listening to the news and you hear someone who is referred to in America as a Democrat, understand that the word Democrat simply means old school Soviet Marxist-Leninism. That's what the word Democrat means.
Absolutely.
And so therefore, when you hear about the Democratic Party, again, that's what China is called, the People's Democratic Republic. Well, that's what we are called. The United States is spreading democracy. Democracy is Marxist-Leninist communism. And you see how well it worked in Russia.
Oh, yeah, it worked very well.
Well, that's why that's why Obama decided to institute the great system of Marxist-Leninist communism in America, because it worked so well in Russia that the people of Russia were overjoyed with no food in the stores, with the gulags and the prisons and the concentration camps and the murder of hundreds of thousands of people, with the tyranny and the fear of of government that worked so well that Obama has decided to bring that ship to America. And so today we have something called the Democratic Party. Just remember, the very word democratic comes from a Greek word demos. D-E-M-O-S or D-E-M-O. Demo.
Sounds like demons.
Well, that's just real close.
Maybe that's why Obama was smelling himself to see if he smelled like sulfur the other day.
So, in my opinion, what we have today in America is a Marxist-Leninist Soviet, old-world Soviet communist system. And I can say that with authority because all you have to do to satisfy yourself of the veracity of what I just said is look at the words that are being used. Look at the symbols that are being used. Look at the concepts that are being expressed. Look at the picture and look at the way the Soviet Union ran. Look at the words of the Soviet communist government. Look at the words they use.
Oh, Jordan,
symbols they use.
They use the very same KGB style blackmail tactics this Obama administration does.
I know. The same identical words, terms, symbols.
Same thing.
The same identical everything as the Soviet Marxist-Leninist Soviet communist country. The whole damn country. And so nobody seems to have done their homework. Very few people have ever really gone to school to learn how to read.
That's true.
And so therefore, this kind of atrocities can go on in America, and nobody seems to know, like George Carlin said, nobody seems to know, nobody seems to care. And like the old song many years ago, nobody's interested in learning but the teacher.
Well,
and so I've been trying to explain to people that the word democracy means communism. Now let me explain why. Because the Greek word demos, D-E-M-O-S or D-E-M-O, demo, means the people in a democracy. This is why demo simply means a mob. When you get a mob in the street, and they're turning over cars, setting fire to buildings, busting windows in businesses, and they're totally out of control, and the streets, and they're filled with alcohol and drugs and beer, and their sports team lost, so they're turning cars over, busting windows.
Yeah, what doesn't matter. Yeah. All the vagabonds just go out there for what doesn't matter. You're so right.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, when you see a riot in a city, when there's helicopters out, with the lights on, the police are out, the military's out in the street, and there's a riot, we call that a demonstration. Demonstration. Because the demos is showing you what they think. So it's called a demonstration by the Democrats. So a democratic means mob rule, the rule of the mob. And so that's why the Founding Fathers and anybody who has more than a fourth grade education, which leaves out most of America.
Right.
But if you have an education, if you have gone to school and learn how to read and think, then look up the word democracy, and it will tell you democracy is not the rule of the people, it's mob rule. When you get a mob of 1,000 people in the street, we could say that that's the rule of the people. Yeah, but the people are busting windows and burning and stealing materials and turning cars over.
These aren't people, Jordan. These are our scum. And what's worse is the scumbag in the White House, Obama, is so irresponsible. He hasn't even gone on freaking CNN to tell them anything, to stop.
I know, but my point is this. that you have to understand the etymology of the words.
Yes.
You've got to understand the etymology of words and terms and the symbols which are used. It's so overwhelmingly obvious to anyone who has studied Marxist-Leninist communism and or Nazism,
Yes.
National Socialist German Workers' Party, Nazism, communism, or fascism under Mussolini.
Or Catholicism.
The point I'm making is you've got to open your mind and go back to school and get an education and read and think.
Yes.
Because if you don't know how a thing works, you're not going to fix it. And so the America has been operating for, my God, at least 150 years on the ignorance of the human family in America. The American people are the most ignorant, ill-informed, unread, backwards, dim-witted people on the face of the earth.
Unfortunately. That's why these demagogues talk down to the American people like we're idiots. I mean, you see these people.
Well, it's because we are idiots.
Wow.
That's why they talk to us like we're dumb, because in their eyes we are dumb. And the way we act in life is like a dog. And so while we're barking at each other and barking at cars and barking all the time and ranting and raving, but nothing gets done.
Yes.
And the reason why is because knowledge is power, and the people have no power because they have no knowledge. In the Bible, it says that the whole idea is wrapped up in the scripture in the Bible that says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Which means where there is no vision, and the people will die. Well, that's what's happening. America has no vision. Why? Because you're in the dark. You can't see things in the dark.
Like mushrooms.
So the point I'm making, listen to the important point I'm making here. The country of America is in the dark. They do not understand where laws come from. They do not understand what courts are. They have no concept of what a bank is. They don't know what the police department is. They have no idea what the word sheriff means. They have no conceptual idea of political or sociological world movements. They have no understanding of ancient history. They have no understanding of the way the world has evolved and mutated to what it is today. American people don't even know that most of them don't even know they're alive.
Wow.
So my point being is that if you don't understand the world you live in, if you don't know what the words mean, if you don't understand the symbols and the words and the terms that are being used by the secret societies, then you can't change anything. You're not going to change nothing. You're not going to help nothing. You're just a slave, and you might as well go drink your beer and go back to watch basketball because you're finished.
Absolutely. No,
What does sheriff mean?
Right.
We live next door to a sheriff. What does it mean?
Say it again?
What does the word sheriff mean?
Oh, that goes back to the Arabic term. We could talk about words and terms that we use all the time, and I've just got so many things I want to say about the world we live in.
Right.
But having said all of that, the reason why there's so much unrest today because of what's his face becoming president, Trump becoming president.
That's right.
The reason why. Here is the reason why you're having demonstrations in the streets. It's because the United States of America has been in the hands, the political, sociological, media, television, radio, for many, many years. The United States has been in the hands of Marxist-Leninist Soviet communists. And because of that, the people have been kept ignorant, ill-informed, dim-witted, on drugs, alcohol, the ball games, all the other things that keep your mind occupied so you don't have to read and you don't have to have an education. All you need to know is go do your job, drink your beer, and watch TV, and everything's going to be fine as long as you shut your mouth and stay out of the way.
Right, Joy. Just like they used to tell the kids back in the old days and say, just go play ball. The big adults are doing the research here, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So the point I'm making, though, is very important, and that is that the people of America have no power to do anything because they're ignorant. Ignorant of all the problems we have in this country and around the world. If you enumerate all of the problems of wars and violence and drug addiction, alcoholism, rape and criminality and prison.
It's just awful.
All of it. I mean, we could go on for an hour just naming off each and every major problem.
But I think there might be hope with Trump, believe it or not, because...
Well, listen, let me finish.
Go ahead.
With all of this bullshit going on, all over the world, the biggest single problem is human ignorance. That's the bottom line at the end of the day on the earth. Human stupidity and ignorance. Unread, ignorant, ill-informed, dim-witted, propagandized humans who have no way in the world of understanding the world they live in because they don't know where it's come from. They have never been able to figure out how it evolved to get where it is today. They don't know the history of this country or the world. They don't know ancient history. The Americans have no idea of religious history, political history, banking history. They have no idea in America of anything but Paris Hilton and drinking beer. So let me finish. All of this stuff is all because of human ignorance. And the schools are a blasphemy against God and man. I am amazed that we have something called a school, which is so filled with stupidity, ignorance, and planned stupidity. This is why today that millions of students coming out of grammar school, grade school, high school, today they don't have the education to find their own country on a globe.
They have no idea what being alumni means.
No.
They have no idea. The people are so stupid, Jordan. I agree with you. They have no idea what's on their money. They have no idea what anno et coeptis means. It being our business is a success or a successful corporation, that being the United States, which to me makes perfect sense why they elected a businessman.
No. Well, I'm just saying that unless and until you are educating yourself to what words mean,
right,
what symbols mean, what the words and terms that are being used around the world, but Americans have no idea about none of it. And so that's why America is in the mess it's in today, and that's why there are riots in the streets, because the people have been educated to understand Marxist-Leninism, which teaches you, Marxist-Leninism teaches you that you don't need to think because you are in fact a nobody to start with. You only exist in this world to serve the state, to serve the emperor, to serve Caesar, Augustus. That's the only reason you were given birth. That's the only reason why you're being fed and being allowed to stay alive, is because you serve your masters. You serve the state. And that's what the Soviet Union taught everyone under it, that you have no rights whatsoever. You have no individuality. You will do whatever the state says you will do. And if you don't like it, you will be arrested and taken away and put a bullet in the back of your head and you're gone, because nobody is going to be better than the state. The state will tell you everything you need to know. And so the American way was, no, individuals have a right to think. Individuals have a right to be who they are and do what they want to do and be free. Well, the bottom line is that we have lost America. We've lost our base of economics. We've lost our schools. We've lost our generations. We've lost touch with reality. The only thing left now for us to lose is our minds. So that's why today there's so much drug abuse and alcoholism and violence in the street and young people and people acting crazy. It's just amazing how bad the public of America really is, how ungrateful, uncouth, ignorant, dim-witted, stupid. It's just it's amazing watching the breakdown of Western civilization. It's the breakdown of Western civilization because the people have no knowledge. They have no understanding of how anything works.
How very, very true. We're speaking with Jordan Maxwell. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show live. Jordan, why don't you tell the listening audience, we have a huge listening audience when you're on. I mean, just the most epic shows when you're on. Why don't you tell them how they can help you out? Maybe give out your PayPal or let us know how they can find your Jordan Maxwell Research Society.
Yeah, well, I live on donations, and because I don't have any income, and so if you go on my Jordan Maxwell Show, that's my website. There's another website out there called jordanmaxwell.com. That is not mine.
Don't go there. Don't go there, people.
Go there. That is not mine.
Those are con artists there, folks.
Yeah. So if you want to contact me and go to my website, it's jordanmaxwellshow.com. And when you go to jordanmaxwellshow.com, go to the button at the top. You will see it says Research Society website, a Research Society. Click on that and join the Research Society. What that is another website. I have two websites, Jordan Maxwell Show, and from there you can go to the Jordan Maxwell Research Society website. What that is a whole different website that is filled with all of my work, all the documents and pictures and articles, audio, video, all the links to everything, all my research, everything's on the Jordan Maxwell Research Society website. So if you want to follow all of my work for over the years, just join. It's only $30 for a lifetime subscription. One-time payment of $30 for a lifetime subscription to all of my work. I'm downloading everything from, as I said, pictures, documents, articles, links, people, all kinds of research materials that people have never heard of before, all kinds of extraordinary stuff of lies, deception, conspiratorial stuff that's been going on in this country and around the world. It's a lot of stuff there, and I've got a lot of stuff on its way. There's only so much you can do each 24 hours, but I got an enormous stuff on the Research Society website now, and there's a lot more coming. I've got about a terabyte, that's 1,000 gigs.
Wow.
That I'm getting ready to put on.
That sounds incredible.
So it's an enormous website of all my research, and I'm not asking like most other websites when you're getting a newsletter or something is $300 or $400 a year or $200 a month or something. Mine is $30 one-time, lifetime subscription to all of my research, all of my work that I've been doing for many, many years.
Incredible.
So that's that. Now, having said that, there are other subjects that need to be discussed, and that's where my real love is. I have no love for politics. I have no love for the modern day, what's going on in the earth today. I don't care about. It may sound cold and crass, but I don't care about what's going on in America or in Russia or any place else on the earth.
No, not at all. If you break down the word, Jordan, if you break down politics, politicians is ticks. They're bloodsuckers.
Yeah, and poly means many.
That's right.
So you got many bloodsuckers. Politics.
How true.
Yeah, I know.
And they're all full of shit.
It's a joke. And there'll be a lot of people say, oh, well, Jordan Maxwell said politics means a lot of ticks. No, I said it was a joke. Just like your country is. It's a joke. Just like your state government is. It's a joke.
Oh, it's reality TV now. I mean, officially.
Yeah. So anyway, that's where we are. If you love Obama, then that means you love Marxist-Leninist Soviet communism. And for all the Jews that might be listening,
me,
any and all Jews that might be listening,
we're listening.
Go back and read and watch what happened to the Jews in Russia.
Yeah.
And then get ready, because that's what's going to happen to you in America.
Oh, yeah.
Because America is the new Soviet Union. And that's why you have such an incredible backlash against Trump, because he's not a Soviet Marxist communist, and he understands it. And that's why the Marxist, Leninist, Soviet communist, dimwit morons in this country are really pissed.
Idiots.
Because it doesn't look like they're going to get their free lunch and their free guns and their free this and free that. All of that stuff is over. The American people have just about had enough. So.
They don't want guns. They want to take those away.
Yeah. Well, when guns are outlawed, only outlaws will have the guns. So
that's right.
The point I'm making. But look at, I think I've talked enough now. I think I've gone enough into politics just to tell you, democracy is communism. Marxist, Leninist, People's Democracy, the People's Democratic Republic of China.
That's right.
People's Democratic Republic of Cuba, People's Democratic Republic of North Korea, People's Democratic Republic. So when you hear Obama and all the other Marxist, Leninist, Soviet communist agents operating in America, when you hear them talking about democracy, just understand they're talking about Marxist, Leninist, Soviet communism.
Well, I tell you, Jordan, Obama ain't going to be talking about communism for long, because he's going to get a boot in his ass pretty soon.
Well, I'm not endorsing anything like that. All I'm saying is to educate the people to what the words mean. When you look at the symbols of Hillary Clinton when she was running for president, she's using Marxist, Leninist, old world, old school Soviet terms and Soviet words and Soviet symbols. So if you just look at her symbols and emblems and the flyers and all the stuff that she put out in the world on newspapers and magazines, look at what symbols are around her. Listen to the words she uses. Then go back to a dictionary if you can read and look up Soviet Marxist communism. And you will see she's using the old school, the way it used to be done in the Soviet Union. She's using all the same words and terms and symbols. And she even talked about the need, Hillary, and Obama wouldn't be surprised if he didn't say it too, but Hillary talked about the need for re-educational schools in America.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, re-educational schools is what happened in Soviet Union. So go back and to get a book and read about re-educational schools in the Soviet Union. What did that mean in the Soviet Union when you were sent to a re-educational school? Because that's what Hillary has in mind for America, to send everyone to a re-educational school. Understand what that word means. You think it's like a school. No, re-educational schools. Look in the encyclopedia under Soviet communism or Chinese communism or Marxist-Leninism or Cuban communism, where they talk about the re-educational schools. And then you will finally understand what Hillary is talking about when she uses the terms re-educational schools. Go back and read what the Soviet Union did with re-educational schools.
Right.
What they did is anyone who would not go along with the Soviet Marxist Communist New World Order, anyone in Russia who would not go along with it, anyone in China who would not go along with Mao, anyone in Cuba who would not go along with Fidel, anyone in any country, in any communist country that would not go along with the government, they were sent to re-educational schools. And those re-educational schools, I've read for hours about the re-educational schools in communist countries, where they would take you, if you were a dissident, and they take you to toilets and let everyone else go to the toilet first, and then they would stick your head in it.
Oh, my God.
Stick your head down into, and back and forth, sticking your head into the toilet that everybody else has already used. And that was teaching you a lesson. And eventually you're going to gasp for breath with stuff all over your face, and you're going to give up. And when you give up, now you're going to be a good communist, or we'll whip your ass. You want to go back into the toilet again and put your head back into the toilet? No. Then you say to us today that you are supporting the government and the New World Order, or your head goes back into the toilet, and if you don't do it quickly, we might cut your head off. That's a re-educational school. Go back and do some homework and find out who Hillary Clinton really is. Find out what's really going on in Washington, D.C. You have no idea in the world how far gone America really is. So that's all I'm going to say. Go back and watch your television and drink your beer and watch the end of the world coming real goddamn soon on America, because we have an ignorant, ill-informed, unread public who hasn't the faintest idea in the world what the words really mean. So I've been looking at this stuff for 60 years, and that's my opinion.
How true.
I wouldn't know because I'm just an ordinary man, but I'm not stupid. And for 60 years before you were born, for 60 years I have looked at this subject of Marxist-Leninism, Soviet communism, Nazism, National Socialist Workers' Party, fascism, Catholicism. I've been doing this kind of study all my life. So I know what's going on. I know how this tune is being played. But I also know that, unfortunately, the American people have no idea in the world what I'm talking about. Well, just sit around and watch. Just continue to drink your beer and love Obama and dance in the streets for Hillary. And one day your ass is going to wake up and find out you have lost, period. No more freedom, no more liberties, no more justice. Now you're going to live under a Soviet Marxist-Leninist communist state. And that's where we are today. That's where we are today. We are a full-blown Marxist-Leninist Soviet communist state with gulags, with all kinds of prisons. It's an incredible story of the betrayal of a great nation. And the people of America have no idea in the world what I'm talking about. But just stick around and stay healthy, and you're going to find out what's coming down in America you don't want to know. It's going to be horrible.
Wow. Unbelievable. Well, Jordan.
It is going to be horrible.
Wow.
Yeah. So
You know,
just stick around and watch what's coming.
That's the topic of politics that is so hideous, like a nightmare waiting to be unleashed upon America. listening to MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network.
With SRN News, I'm Michael Harrington in Washington. President Obama wrapping up his final foreign trip as chief executive with speeches in Peru. Saturday, he told the young leaders of the Americas Initiative that repressive governments don't last.
In this knowledge-based society, you can maintain order for a while with repressive, non-democratic governments, but it will rot from within.
Mr. Obama spends the rest of his day in Lima, then flies home to Washington in the early hours of Monday. President-elect Donald Trump holding more meetings today with potential members of his new administration. Amongst those scheduled to visit Mr. Trump's New Jersey golf club is State Governor Chris Christie and former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Meanwhile, some Hillary Clinton supporters think they can still win the election.
A last-ditch grassroots effort by opponents of Donald Trump underway as they try to persuade some of the 538 electors not to vote for Mr. Trump when they meet in their respective state capitals December 19th. If the electors vote for Mr. Trump, Hillary Clinton would be only the fifth candidate in the nation's history to win the popular vote but lose in the Electoral College. The dubious list includes Andrew Jackson in 1824, Samuel Tilden in 1876, Grover Cleveland in 1888, and Al Gore in 2000. Supporters admit it's a long shot. Ron DeRockster reporting.
A top Iraqi commander says the advance on the country's second-largest city continues today, though troops remain hampered by the presence of civilians and ISIS sniper fire in and around Mosul. A few hundred civilians emerged from rubble-strewn frontline neighborhoods today in search of safer ground, including women and children, some carrying bags with all their possessions. Some of the injured or trapped in the wreckage of a northern India passenger train have died, at least 104 people killed this morning. This is SRN News. The United Nations calls Iran to account for its persecution of Christians. SRN's Ken Lorman reports.
The General Assembly's Human Rights Committee has adopted a resolution urging the Islamic Republic to stop the widespread use of arbitrary detention and expressing serious concern about severe limitations on freedom of religion. Iran's foreign ministry has rejected the vote. The country ranks number 9 on the annual Open Doors USA list of nations where persecution of Christians is the worst. Ken Lorman, SRN News.
American Jews are pondering an election year surge in anti-Semitism. The Anti-Defamation League reports that during this past year, anti-Semitic imagery proliferated on social media. Jewish journalists, both liberal and conservative, were targeted, and long-standing anti-Jewish conspiracy theories got a fresh airing. Anxiety has prompted a big increase in donations to the ADL. This is SRN News. The number of rigs exploring for oil and natural gas in the U.S. increased by 20 last week to nearly 600.
Like any kind of capital investment, oil rig numbers ride the projected supply and demand curve like surfers on a wave of black gold. A year ago, the country had 757 active rigs. Depressed energy prices have curtailed both oil and gas exploration, although the rig count has been rising in recent weeks. Houston Oilfield Services Company, Baker Hughes Incorporated, says Texas gained 8 rigs and Louisiana and Oklahoma each gained 4 this week. The U.S. rig count peaked at 4,530 back in 1981. Bob Agnew reporting.
Quarterback Daniel Bronson's biggest play at the University of Rochester happened away for the football field. The 21-year-old junior from Lockport was leaving a restaurant in his hometown this month when he saw a man run by and snatch a 73-year-old woman's purse. Bronson took off after the man, tackled him, and held him for police. This is SRN News.
This is Bruce Montalvo here with a special offer from eSpyMall.com. Now, when you visit eSpyMall.com and use coupon code BruceNY, you could save 10% off the whole store, folks. If you want to own what Bond owns, be sure to go to eSpyMall.com and use coupon code BruceNY, and you could save up to 10% on the best CCTV surveillance systems for your home and business. That's eSpyMall.com. Hey everybody, this is your favorite cowboy in the morning with the 10-gallon hat. And when I'm not sitting around watching the Mets, I'm listening to Bruce Montalvo and MBN Radio Network. You better do the same thing and get your head off that pillow there before I slap you with my pillow.
We came, we saw, he died. We came, we saw, he died. Look, we came, we saw, he died. Look, we came, we saw, he died.
This is Bruce Montalvo reminding you that when you visit our good friends at LeCharmTUSA.com and use coupon code BruceNY, you could save up to 10% on all their high-quality organic teas. So be sure to visit LeCharmTUSA.com. That's LeCharmTUSA.com and tell them Bruce Montalvo sent you.
Tribal, primitive, rustic, Burning Man, punk rock, conceptual subculture for the edgiest, most cutting-edge designs of jewelry today. Go to Etsy.com/shop/conceptual subculture, or one word, either by going to Google or search Etsy, ETSY.com, and type in one word, conceptual subculture. You will find the hottest designs using natural stones with wire wrap rings, rough, raw, genuine, semi-precious gemstone jewelry, solid sterling silver, copper, leather, orgonite, bracelets, pendants, chokers, men's copper cups with sterling accents, eco-friendly, repurposed, original, one-of-a-kind design earrings. Support MBN by going to Conceptual Subculture on Etsy. Be sure to use our 40% off coupon, BRUCE40, at checkout to receive this fabulous offer. You're listening to MBN Radio Network. Tune in all day, every day. We don't play.
Be sure to listen every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern on TalkStream Live and Spreaker.com to the Bruce Montalvo Show, broadcasting live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Mountain Time on TalkStream Live. Be sure to support the Bruce Montalvo Show by visiting my good friends at LeCharmTUSA.com. That's LeCharmTUSA.com. For the very best in organic tea, be sure to visit LeCharmTUSA.com and use coupon code BruceSave10%. That's BruceSave10% at LeCharmTUSA.com. If you're looking for the very best in house goods, from LED lights to whatever, be sure to visit my good friends over at 5starhousegoods.com. If you need some home appliances, go to 5starhousegoods.com. Use coupon code BRUCE5 over at 5starhousegoods.com. Tell them Bruce Montalvo sent you. You want the very best in home security. You want to make sure your belongings, your business is safe and in good hands. Be sure to visit my good friends at eSpyMall.com for the very best in CCTV surveillance, closed caption, circuit, television security. Be sure to visit my good friends at eSpyMall.com. Use coupon code BruceNY and you'll save 10% on all your purchases at eSpyMall.com. eSpyMall.com. You're listening to MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network.